What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then make sure you subscribe so you never miss a new video every time I put one out. And today, as you can see, we are back in the kitchen because I want to be showing you guys an awesome recipe for a high protein green smoothie that you're definitely not going to want to miss. If you are serious about your fitness goals, no matter if you're trying to lose weight, build muscle, or make any type of lifestyle improvement, nutritional consistency is extremely important, and I think this shake is definitely going to have you covered. By far, the two common areas that everybody seems to struggle with when it comes to nutrition is not making sure that they're hitting their protein goals, meaning their protein's too low and they have a hard time upping that protein number. And the second area that they seem to struggle with, me included, is not really making sure you're getting enough daily fruits and veggies. So that's why I said the shake is definitely has you covered, but the most important thing when it comes to nutrition and any type of change that you make in your diet is whether or not it's something that can be sustainable and something that you can do on a consistent basis. And I know personally for me, I've tried eating salads, I've tried incorporating veggies into eggs, and I've honestly, I don't mind fruits, but veggies for me always seems to go under the bus, and I always never seem to be able to stick with eating them until I found this shake. And honestly, this shake is really great because you can consistently do it. It makes getting your veggies down much easier. I know you have to normally load it up with a bunch of salad dressings to get it down, and it can be a hassle kind of preparing salads in advance. So that's another reason why I like this shake. But it also makes for a great on-the-go option. So if you're busy and you do live a busy lifestyle, you can make it the night before and bring it to work with you, or maybe you do a lot of driving, you can bring it in the car with you. Whatever the case is, this makes it an extremely effective option to make sure that you're not forgetting to get your fruits in, your veggies in, and along with the protein intake, there's going to be a lot of different options that you can add to this, but I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite. So if you guys are ready, then let's just dive right into the ingredients, and I'll be explaining why I chose these ingredients to put into this health shake. Alright guys, now moving into the ingredients, I'm going to be explaining the ingredients. I'm also going to be putting the macros up on the screen so you're able to see the individual items along with the total calories and macros for the finished product once the shake is done. But yeah, so we're going to be moving in. I'm going to be doing it in layers. I feel like that's the best way to explain it and kind of go through it. So we're going to be starting off with the base, which is extremely important. It's going to give it, the blender something to actually blend up in the liquid to make the veggies kind of blend up together and kind of give it that consistency of a shake. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going with, the first thing we're going to be going with is almond milk. I've actually chosen to go with almond milk because I am on lower calories myself. I just find that almond milk is a great substitute for milk, but if you are on the higher calories, then definitely don't be afraid to go with milk. And I just find that three-fourths of a cup is basically all I need. Like I mentioned before, if you want some extra calories, definitely do a cup, and definitely try milk. Another great option, I'm not going to do it for this shake, but I have found it to be pretty awesome, is actually just naturally sourced fruit juice. So this is a local company here, actually in Nova Scotia. It's called Vivo. You can get them at Costco, and honestly, this is basically just fresh pressed juice. And I believe that this is apple cider. I have a bunch of different flavors, but I found that went really well in the shake as well. And it kind of gives you some variety if you do get sick of almond milk or milk. And it does give it a different texture as well, much different than milk. So I think that's another great advantage of this shake, is that the versatility is you can do a bunch of different things with it. But for the purposes of this recipe in this video, we are going to be going with almond milk, and we're going to be doing 3/4 of a cup. And the next ingredient, we're going to be going with a protein option. This is going to be Greek yogurt. If you've been following my channel at all, you know how much of a fan of Greek yogurt I am. I think it's an extremely easy way to up your protein intake. It tastes awesome, and there's lots of versatility with it. You can eat it with some berries or some fruit or whatever, or you can put it in a shake to really thicken up that shake. So here we're going to be going with 1 serving size for 3/4 of a cup. That actually works out to 175 grams. So if you guys are weighing it, as you can see here, I did weigh it. So that's 3/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt. And that's going to give you another 20 to 25 grams of protein. So that's an easy way to get that protein intake and to throw it in. And these two ingredients go extremely well together. And honestly, it even goes well with the fruit juice if that's something you want to experiment with as well. But yeah, so this is going to be the first part of our shake, and this is going to be the base. Alright, so now that we got our base layer, now is the perfect opportunity to start adding your powdered supplements. I'm only using 2, so depending on what you're using, maybe you're using a glutamine or whatever other supplements you're currently using, this makes for a perfect opportunity to start adding those in. So like I mentioned before, this is a high protein shake, so we are going to be going with the protein powder. This on top of the Greek yogurt is really going to boost that protein intake up for the shake. I'm only using half a scoop because, like I mentioned, I am on lower calories, but if you do want more protein, obviously go with a full scoop. And if you do use a full scoop, that combined with the Greek yogurt is probably going to get you close to 50 grams of protein, and that's an easy 50 grams of protein. So in terms of the protein powder I'm using, I'm just using a basic whey. I do really like this brand. It's Beyond Yourself. I think that they're priced fairly, and I find that their products do taste really well. So yeah, you can definitely try this brand out, but use your favorite protein powders. Maybe you like s'mores or whatever kind of protein powder you do have. Definitely experiment. I just find that vanilla goes really good, and it kind of just blends in well with the yogurt. So that's the reason why I like vanilla. So I've already got it weighed up here. This is half a scoop. Like I mentioned, all the macros and everything will be on the screen, along with the totals at the end. And then this is a perfect opportunity to get your creatine, your daily creatine, in your 5 grams. There's been countless times where I've forgot about creatine, and at the end of the day, it's not the make or break, but it's important that you do it consistently. And ever since I started implementing the shake, which has probably been about 2 weeks ago now, honestly, I haven't forgot to take my creatine. I put it right in with my shake, and it's just become like a habit. So this is a great opportunity to start adding in some of your supplements. Yeah, so that's going to be this layer, is going to be your supplement layer, or any other powders that you want to use. Maybe you're using like green powders, or yeah, whatever kind of powders you're using. This makes for a perfect opportunity to start adding those into your shake. Alright, so now it's time for the fun part. Now we're going to be putting the veggies in. After we've got our base and after we got our supplements in, now it's time to add the veggies. So here, as you can see, this looks very intimidating. It's what it is. It's 50 grams of spinach and 50 grams of kale, and that's a humongous plate. That's a lot of high volume, and personally trying to eat that every single day would be a struggle for me. I know that you can add dressings, and there's a lot of different salad recipes that you can do, but going back to like what I mentioned before about the consistency part, something that you're able to stick with, something that's able to be sustainable, that's the approach you want to take. And I find by throwing this into the blender, throwing this into the shake, you can down this pretty quickly instead of having to spend the time to actually eat it. And honestly, like I said, you can add a lot of different calories that might not be beneficial for you through the use of salad dressings and other things. So then, like I said, this makes for an extremely convenient way to get your veggies. If you are living a busy lifestyle, maybe you want to bring this to work with you. Having to bring this amount of veggies might be a little bit more difficult than bringing a pre-made smoothie. So that's another reason why I like the smoothie. What I do is I just weigh up 50 grams of spinach and 50 grams of kale. You do have the option, if you want to go 100 grams spinach and just use spinach, that's fine as well, or 100 grams kale, whatever you choose. But the reason why I am using both is because they do have some unique vitamin and minerals that are specific to these vegetables. So I find that by having a good blend, you're able to get a good mix of vitamins and minerals and make sure that you're really filling out that micronutrient profile. So yeah, that's going to be the next layer, is going to be your veggies. Alright, so now it's time for the fun layer. This is by far the most highly customized part of the shake. And it's going to be the fruit. I don't normally have an issue eating fruits. It's just that I never really remember to eat them, and I just never end up prioritizing them. So I find, like I said, this shake, it's all encompassing. You're able to get a full fruit and veggie servings. You're able to kind of get your protein in. So it's a really great way to kind of integrate everything together. You can pick whatever fruits you like. There's going to be 4 that I'm going to be using. I just find that these taste really good with the shake, and they're a great combo to kind of put in. Use whatever fruits you want, and definitely don't be afraid to experiment. I think that's another great thing about this shake, is that the versatility of it, you're able to do a lot with it. So the first thing I'm going to put in, as you can see here, I do have bananas and strawberries. I just actually cut that up. That's about 75 grams of frozen strawberries. So I find that those go really good together, strawberry, banana. The reason why I like bananas is because they're high in potassium, but I also do find that they blend really well and they give a nice consistency to the shake. So I find that they add a lot to it flavor-wise as well. And the strawberries are mainly just for taste. They just go really well with bananas. And the next one is definitely going to be some pineapple. Pineapple actually contains bromelain, which is an enzyme that helps with the digestion, specifically with proteins. So from bodybuilding and being able to kind of eat high protein diets, pineapple is going to be extremely beneficial. I think pineapple is a great fruit to actually include in your diet because of, like I mentioned, but they do have a lot of great other properties as well. Plus I find that it tastes really well in it, and the crushed pineapple gives it more of a liquid, so I just find that it blends up really nicely in the shake. And the final fruit I'm going to be going with, this is actually frozen kiwi. I actually bought the kiwi and cut it up myself. Like I mentioned, before with the fruits and vegetables going bad. I always found that I used to buy things and I never used to eat them all, or I used to buy too much and they used to end up having to go bad and I used to have to waste them and throw them away. But this shake is perfect because I'm able to buy the fruits and veggies, and if I find that they're going bad, I can freeze them. And that's exactly what I did with this kiwi. I was finding that it was going a little bit bad, so I actually froze it. So kiwi, the reason why I like kiwi, I've talked about it before, and Jeff Nippard kind of opened my eyes up to kiwi. So yeah, credit to him for the kiwi, but they're definitely extremely high in vitamin C, and that's the reason why I include it. So I do really like kiwi, plus I find that it does give it an interesting taste. So that's going to be the final layer, and that's going to be the final set of ingredients for this shake. Now let's move on to actually making this shake. So here's the finished product here. As you can see, the blender is fairly full, but that's a lot of ingredients. That's a lot of macronutrients, micronutrients. That's a great health shake right there, a high protein health shake. And it makes for an extremely easy way to get these extremely important nutrients and vitamins down. So I highly encourage you guys to definitely give this recipe a try. I will put the total macros up on the screen. I'll throw them up there so you can see what the total is and what you're looking at in terms of the calories, the protein, the fats, and the carbs. But even if you wanted, you could put it in a little container and bring it to work with you. So it's very versatile in terms of the different options that you do have. And honestly, I like this and I'm able to stick with this a lot easier than I am actually making salads. I've tried that and it just doesn't work for me. So maybe if you are in that position where you have a hard time sticking to veggies and fruits and getting your intake in, and you do find that your protein is a little lower than you want, definitely try incorporating this. This is, like I mentioned, a great way to include both. And it is fully customizable too. Those ingredients were just some examples. I would definitely stick with the base layer in terms of the veggies though, like the kale and the spinach, because those I find are the best veggies for you if you are going to put them in a shake. Yeah, so that would be the protein, or that would be the high protein green smoothie recipe. So definitely give it a try. Subscribe to my channel because I do have a lot of great exciting content, more recipes just like this, but also a lot of other training tips and videos that's on the way that you definitely don't want to miss out on. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also turn on the bell notification so you never miss a new video every time I do put one out, and give the video a like because all the support and the feedback, it definitely goes a long way, and I'll catch everybody in the next one. Alright, peace out.